Good afternoon. It's pretty warm today here in Harrisville, North Carolina. But I thought I'd do a super quick video of the last two cars standing in my collection. Went from 5 vehicles that were in my name down to 2. So I thought I'd do a short video. So oldest vehicle I have now was manufactured in 1996. And here it is, 96 Buick Roadmaster. Built really late in the year. Is actually assembled on October 1st of 96, which technically would have been 1997 model years, but General Motors at the time was discontinuing these cars, and they were just finishing out the orders that they had for these cars. So it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of like a 97, but it's a 96. Titled has a 96 and all that, and it was sold super late in the year, like in December of 1996, up in Cincinnati, Ohio, brand new. But anyways, it's a pretty nice Survivor car, original paint. The only thing I really touched on it was I rewrapped the wood grain moldings that go around wood grain. Shade's a little off, but from 20 feet away, the car looks great. So it's, when I first got it, I repainted these so-called flyaway strips because paint was peeling on them. I had those resprayed, and I also had found a bumper cover that was nicer, so I had that resprayed also to match the car. And it's kind of, it's a good 20-footer. And it's been on 3 different hot rod power tours, just short segments, but it still made it. And there's your third tail light. I've never have been able to get that third tail light to work on it, but it passes inspection every year anyway, so hell, I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's only got 2 years left of inspections left on it before it ages out of the system. And it does have like a dent on this, on the D pillar here. And then it's got a couple small dents here on top of the fender. I don't know what happened there, but I guess it's patina now, so I guess it's what's patina. But yeah, she's a really nice Survivor. Only has about 102,000 miles on it since new. Engine's never been opened up. Transmission's never been rebuilt in it. It's got a lot of original parts on it still. So I don't know what. So at some point it may need fresh hoses and stuff like that. And there's a Power Tour stickers. There's my little thing there that I can hang GPS on. I always prefer hanging it to the left of the windshield so I can see out the rest of the windshield just fine. At some point I may have to put a windshield in it because the glass on this one's really pitted pretty bad. So if you're driving in the evening sun and the sun hits you just right, you'll definitely notice it. But I had the bottom cushion reupholstered in vinyl, and a really soft vinyl, rather than redo it in leather. Well, actually, this here is vinyl. This patch piece here is vinyl. This was patched at some point, and then I took this bottom cushion and had it redone. But the rest of the interior is pretty much original, with the exception of the carpet. The dash pad is discolored underneath, so I stuck a cover over it to hide that. And it's got a 12-year-old Panasonic CD player with a USB port on it now, so that's for your entertainment. And I did have to put a window switch in it a couple of years back because the right rear window didn't want to roll down from the driver's seat. It works just fine back there, but wouldn't work up here, so I had to fix that. But she's a pretty good car. I mean, I do have a little bit bubbling right there, and the way the sheet metal's done, they're just kind of tacked together, but it's just, I got a little bit, and these cars are known to do that. At some point I may have to fix that. I think I could probably get away with just doing this bottom panel here without having to repaint the whole car. But the car's kept in dry storage anyway, so it's not really you know, it's nothing really urgent to take care of. From 20 feet away, you just don't really see that kind of stuff on these cars. And over here is my Mustang. I bought it in November 2022. Traded in my 13-mile Challenger for it. It's a grabber blue, and it's definitely a bright color. And what is unique about this car is, from a distance you'd think it was a GT, but it's not. This has got a high performance 2.3 liter in it, which is 330 horsepower with 350 foot-pounds of torque, and 0 to 60 around 5 seconds or so. And if you notice, it's got these huge, good-sized Brembo brakes up front. The tires are 19-inch with 9.5-inch wide tread on them. Summer tires, big old wide summer tires on it. You can see they're really sticky also. You see how the pebbles just stick to it. But so it's got 355 gear in the back of it, limited slip, 10-speed automatic. And there's not too many of these high performance pack EcoBoost Mustangs out there, and which is why it kind of drew me to it. I just thought it was kind of a cool, you know, kind of an underdog of a car. And it's only got 9,700 miles on it to date. So these are the last two I have that are in my name. And well, technically my Honda original is my daily driver, but and I pretty much technically own it, but we keep it under the company name. And we also got a 97 Chevy pickup truck that is basically under the company name. That's a really nice Survivor truck too that I'll probably do a video on at some point. But this is it, last two standing. I have zero interest in buying anything else, and what I like about these is they both have cold air conditioning, and the Buick is fuel injected where you don't have to worry about a carburetor. You know, same with the Mustang, of course. And so it's kind of, yeah, I guess it's kind of funny that while this Buick is a nearly 28-year-old car, it doesn't really feel like an antique car. It still feels like a somewhat modern car. But she is ancient because the chassis underneath debuted in 1977, and that body shell debuted in 1990 as a 91 model for the 91 model Buick for 91 model year. So she's an old car, but it's got a lot of, you know, modern. It's got a lot of stuff that still makes it feel modern today, even in this era. And the Buick is 260 horsepower compared to the Mustang's 330 horse, so I don't have any low horsepower vehicles anymore. They are gone. So those are thing to pass. Or I don't have any non-AC equipped vehicles anymore. I'm making sure they all have AC on them. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I just thought I'd show off my little duo of special interest automobiles, and it'll probably be about it for a while, unless something just absolutely drops in my lap. All right, signing off now.